Have you ever felt sad, angry, or upset about something, and it just seems to be getting worse by the second? And at its most painful, it seems like we cannot stop ourselves. We may even recognize it at some point and try to stop by changing our thoughts to something else. And sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. When we're feeling badly about something, the reason things intensify is because we've been adding fuel to the fire in our minds. Our mental gears are grinding away with negative thoughts. If we're thinking about a difficult situation with someone, we may start reminding ourselves of all the times they've done this to us before. And maybe we start thinking about other times in our lives when this has happened to us. If we really get caught up in it, we may even begin thinking about how bad our life is overall. What's happening is that our difficult feelings increase with each little reminder we give ourselves. What we're doing is stacking our negative thoughts and feelings. We're adding one on top of another, which is intensifying our overall challenging emotional mental state. Of course we're going to feel worse and worse and worse when we do this. Now, there is one tool that has consistently gotten me out of a bad mood or negative space, and it's unbelievable how quickly this works. In addition to shifting our challenging feelings, we'll also gain valuable insight into the situation that's bothering us. And this all happens when we begin writing down our feelings. While gaining more clarity and insight, writing releases all of those thoughts and feelings that we're having. It gets them out of our heads and our bodies. When I use this process, I'm still surprised at how quickly it can change my mood and how relaxed I become. Now, these feelings will often show up more when we do personal growth work. Old feelings and thoughts that haven't been effectively released can get pushed up and out. Each one of these feelings is like a sticky note that's been stuck to us, and it doesn't get transformed until we work through it. I've found that if something is coming up, it's best to write about it as quickly as possible. That will relieve the emotional space of it, and it will lead you to a better understanding of what it's all about under the surface. It's an easy and incredibly profound process. It'll easily clear difficult emotions in minutes. The first thing to do is to identify and feel your feelings. Are you sad, lonely, disappointed, angry, frustrated? What are they? Often there are a few, and they've just piled up to the point of needing expression. Start by writing, I feel angry, or sad, or whatever it is, and continue identifying these feelings. The second thing to do is to understand where the feelings are coming from. Meaning, are you feeling this way about a particular person or something that's happened in your life? Sometimes we know why, and other times we may not. Often it may be a present life situation that we're feeling these feelings, but it's something in our past that's actually coming up and amplifying our present experience. If we've never fully felt and processed something from our past, when a present situation comes up that looks and feels like it, our feelings for the present situation will feel more intense. So identifying them and naming them will help us to sort it out and understand what situation it's connected to. The third thing is to let it rip when you write and you feel. As you begin to identify each of these feelings, do not censor yourself. If in your head you're dropping an F-bomb towards life or even towards someone you care for, it's best to get it out on paper and out of your head. You are not a bad person for feeling these feelings. Often we want to cover these feelings over because we may think it makes us a bad person. But the reality is that if we're thinking and feeling them, they're in there and they need to be released. Now, if you're concerned with someone finding what you've written, it's perfectly fine to throw this away. Here's the deal, though. If we're feeling it, getting it out is the most responsible and self-loving thing to do, for us as well as another person. If you're having a difficult time with them, when we appropriately feel and express our feelings, it's much easier to make a thoughtful decision because we're not clouded with overrun emotions. Do not underestimate this process, even if you've done it before. I've had clients who have used writing to effectively move through the death of a loved one that they had been holding on to for over a decade. This absolutely works. We just get to remember to use it. Just follow the short steps that I've outlined here and see how amazingly well it works for you.